possession on offense and holding that as well. They played 15-10 over Smog, 11-10 over Chutz, 15-6 over Frisbees, and 7-15 over Free Speed this morning. So now we'll see what they do against the Monkeys from Grenoble. Nice leading pass, and they're already very close to the end zone. Looking off the reset option, going up the line instead into the end zone for the score and evening it out are the Monkeys. The Monkeys from Grenoble usually are a mixed team, but they decided to go into the single gender division this year round. So the open division, where there actually is a female player on the squad, Pauline Berthet. Watch out for her. So it's a very windy morning in Grenoble, but sunny, which is really nice. You can see the European Ultimate Federation flag and the Force flags waving around. And that pole carries on quite a bit and lands on the line. Tchac will brick it. And then Vignan will put the disc into play. Nice isolation and an immediate huck. Deep player underneath tries to jump it in, but he knows he was out of bounds when he caught that disc. Nice effort though. Still trying, but we can see the wind carries the disc a bit further out towards the side, the near side on our screen. See, he can actually wait to do the jump. But Monkeys get a chance of a break early. Dommage into the middle. A lot of congested in the handler space for Monkeys, but it doesn't matter as they get it off the sideline anyway and into the middle of the field. What a nice defensive effort by the Tchac player, giving the disc back to them. Probably not the intended target either, the Monkeys player, but that only gives Tchac the chance to score on their offensive point. Benvenien to the side and gets it back in the middle. The lefty puts it out into space yet again, and the lefty continues. Continuation into the end zone for Tchac. Nice use of those breaks. See the big arcing one with a lot of time to run underneath, and then the continuation for G. Marco Delal distributing that assist. So Monkey were in the other pool. They won on Universe against Flying Angels Burn. Lost to XVI 15-8. Won over Arjus 13-8. And then over Quixotes 12-10 earlier this morning in the crossover, putting them into the position to play against Tchac. Mobius Spida into the middle, and then that shot deep comes off early, a bit too early. Nice high grab. But that deep shot too quickly, too spicy, and probably carried on by the wind a lot. So Tchac get a chance of a break of their own. And there you can see the wind. That disc didn't start out that steep into the out of the hands of the thrower, but it ended up that steep. Good recognition of the receiver to get it still. You see that one also very high up. And Guyot does not connect with the intended receiver, giving Monkey a short field to work with. Pursued by the defense, but that's a score for the Monkeys. Pierre-Louis Combray. That's the score for them. Navé with the assist, and Combray with the score there. Nice put into space and floating enough that the intended target could run underneath it and catch it. Tchac on offense once again. We're all on hold. On hold so far. They're really working it well with the handlers. Our Tchac. Nice lower round. Oh, what a nice up the line there. And an immediate continuation. And he towed the line on the far side. That was went off very quickly from swinging to the handlers to attacking the end zone with two throws. What great flow from Tchac. Then Vinyan, the scorer this time round. Nimokoti with that up the line gainer, and then distributing the assist this time round. So 3-2 in favor of Tchac. The score right now. Of course, every single one of these points count in pursuit of a qualification to the EUCS, the European Club Championship Finals. which this tournament is for. And Tchac come out in some kind of a poachy look. I don't think it's a zone necessarily. They're just poaching off in the lanes, trying to prevent the deep shots. Mobiaspira with a deep shot regardless, but found a Tchac player. Roger to the near side and pointing and throwing immediately. Two players in pursuit, but Tchac with a break. The first break we've seen so far goes to them. Tumbling catch. Was it by Forger? Probably. Peridi actually got that. And Roble on the assist. So 2 points in a row for Tchac. See, after this upwind score, they get the downwind break. Which ideally will make it a little bit easier for Monkeys to score, as they are also going downwind, but it's always an adaptation and sometimes can be quite tough. So there's Tchac sagging off the lanes again, like the way they did it in the last point, which worked out so well for them. Nice handler movement there, and just hangs on to the disc. Goes to ground while catching it. And a miscommunication and very good coverage on the handlers gives another short field to Tchac for the second break. Handler has to go back. Gives and goes. Roger into the middle and back again to him. And over the top. Roble with the catch disc time, distributed the disc for the last break, and that's it now. Making the scoreline 5-2 for Tchac. Nice high release pass from Axel Roger. Fakes it even, and then takes it in the second time. Kind of a ballerina move as well, picking the foot up in the back and getting that score for Tchac. Pull lands at the break point and is fielded quickly. You see the same setup here with the defense. This sagging in the lanes that Tchac do. can also see they're kind of creating a wall of 4 players because 4 players are behind the disc. Just gives them more space to run under. Big wind up. And there the deep shot goes. 2 Tchac players in pursuit. Nobody actually coming up with it. A very athletic play to get up. Yeah, we'll see it again. Tries to go handstand, but doesn't quite make it. Not the born acrobat, but a good frisbee player. They do get it back immediately, though. And there you've got him. Always the intended target, Clément Dumarc. With the score for Monkeys, an important one for them to stay with Tchac early in this game. Tchac already just in front of their end zone and walking it in with ease. Creating another score, an easy one, 6-3 for the French. What good flow on that open side. Going up the line and then just a stabber step into the defender, pushing him out of position a little bit. And scoring on the front cone. Monkey on offense going. I believe that's downwind. Nice bid by the Tchac player. Puts him out of position and the deep shot goes off, but Axel Roger in a better position. Gives and goes. And the disc is snagged up by Espida, who's gonna put the disc into space for 2 people to touch it, but only the ground to connect with. Axel Roger picking up again, going back and on the open side. Gets it in the middle and launches another backhand deep sliding grab just in front of the end zone. Works out for Tchac. Go back. And now looking for an option. Very glued to that line until they find the option back around and moving to the other side of the field to score there as well. Such a nice movement and very good flow to set up the continuation early and then go inside to go around. So you're not leaving out any of the positions, and that's another break for Tchac. Such good flow from Tchac. That's really impressive. 7-3, and there appears to be a timeout as an abundance of players are on the field. Too many for start of the next point. So we are back live after the timeout. Tchac within one of closing the half out early, but they will have to get a break if they want to do that. There's sagging in the lane. Defenders are really preventing a lot for Monkeys. Struggling a bit with flow. And undercooked for Betty. Tchac at around midfield. That's where they get that disc. To try and score for half, and they do with ease. What a nice way to finish out that first half. 8-3 for Tchac. You can see it here. They're going around, and then what a great continuation. This side as well. Put it into space and making sure that the disc stays there. That his feet already are in the end zone.
8-3.
We're back live for the second half of this game. There's currently another semi-final going on between the Heidis and XVI. And it's a bit closer. It's 5-5 right now, with Heidi's starting with a break, but then 2 breaks actually. But then later, XVI came back. We'll see if Monkeys can stage a comeback or if Tchac end the game strong. Nice grab by the Monkeys player there. Sliding catch and an injury on the field. They will swap out a player, but seems to be a turnover in favor of Tchac. Roger not finding anyone, has to go around to the handler. And a huck goes up to defenders in pursuit. Probably in a good position, but the disc flashed out of his hands. Monkeys player all alone, no defense yet. Seen this sagging in the lanes from the other handler defenders before, and they will not stop doing that as it works out fine for them. Nice grab on the defensive side for Roger, who lets the disc drop to the ground and then pick it up. Picks it up himself. And timeout called by Tchac. Back after the time and Tchac pursuing another break early in the second half to take a commanding lead of 6 points. Roger on the near side, going up the line, into the middle now. Well, I wish they would go into the middle. Called it, but this lands on the ground. Continuation goes, and the deep shot does as well. Very nice read by the Tchac player and able to swat it away. They huck immediately, wanting to end that long point. That was a replay though from fairly longer, like from a few turns away. When Tchac tried to huck it immediately. Maybe they do that again. So Tchac in pursuit. That's a very low huck. Didn't come off quite right. And the Monkeys get a chance to score, but they will take a timeout of their own. What a nice leading pass, but that disc, he released that too early, not giving it enough flight. And a nice run down though. Now gear back on offense after their timeout. The second timeout we've seen in this point. It's been quite a grinder and a nice one-handed grab. Puts it into the middle to a very open player, and with a sliding catch. Go to ground. What a great run through though from Axel Roger. Let's continue. And the inside shot works out well. And Roger is gonna launch it deep. Loads of time hanging, and this time around, Tchac make the play. Roble with the score. What a great read. And that's a trust pass from Roger Roble in such a good position. The defender also there, but not quite as well positioned. Tries to go before him, but that's perfect timing. Nine three, the first point in the second half. This is such a long one. See some coaching. Moving on to one of the younger players. And they dropped Paul for Monkeys, exactly what they not needed in this position. But quick turn for Tchac, two-pass offense, and they advance further, making the score 10-3. In these situations, it's sometimes feels weird to celebrate that much. But still, it works out. Just here to Morel. Morel, who I believe played for Isnogud previously. Now with Tchac currently this season. Also has a mixed gold medal in the European Championship. The pool rolling and coming back around. And Moby puts it into play. Monkey now advancing quickly. But very good coverage, and that high release pass goes into the defense. It must have been a high stall count as well. Well, still on the field. Getting that inside shot off. And put out into space. It's hanging and caught. And there was a foul. There was a lot of body contact. I do think there's a foul called. We'll see. There was a lot of action. We'll see if what happened there. We can see that again, but it does seem to be a point for Tchac. Tchac now with a nice run of 6 points. My calculations are correct. And there's really just not too much that Monkey could do right now. The attack is just running over them and pushing them defensively, really taking away most of the viable options. The wind definitely is not helping Okay. Looks like a proper zone this time, where they sagged off the handlers previously. This does seem like a forcing line or forcing one side zone with pressure on the handlers. But they're working it through the sideline nicely. Nice inside shot, and there's a transition from Tchac to go. Matchup coverage. And the pass doesn't connect, which gives Tchac a chance to break again. This is hanging and out this back, but not quite yet. That was it for Roger again. Such an important piece for the handler set of Tchac. Probably with another score, and you can really see his rundown where he would always look, where is the line, where's the back, let me to making sure that he would stay in bounds.
Allez, vas-y, ça casse les couilles.
12-3.
Non, t'inquiète, je peux essayer de. Non, il y a Maxime dessus. Ouais, non, mais t'inquiète, je vais finir ce match et on verra après. Je pense qu'on va. Enfin... Ça va les mains? Ouais, ça va. J'ai des gants. J'enregistre le son aussi? Ouais. Mais le son aussi.
Monkey on offense trying to score. Still kind of in the game, still not giving up. But such good coverage from Tchac makes it hard to find the one open spot they left, but there it is. Nice up the line pass, and they're knocking on the doorstep of the end zone. They could score for the first time since it was 5-3. And that does it. Loads of pressure still, but the front cone score for Monkey, making it 12-4. Tchac on offense. Haven't started on offense for quite a while. Of course, they have been rotating players through. Axel Roger with the inside shot that seemed to come off not quite right. A high release flick. there's going to be a discussion about a foul, maybe. Although, I'm pretty sure there was body contact, although the disc was a bit of a questionable choice, I would say. And they agree for this to be a turnover. Nice grab, really reacting to where the disc is going. And Tchac in that one, really not ideal. And given right back to Tchac after just 2 throws. So Roger waiting for the speeding Roblet, but the disc always a bit undercooked, and the defender was with him as well. Just seemed like Tchac don't want to stop playing yet. Oh, and an immediate catch by a Tchac defender gives the disc to Roger. Roger already pointing to clear out space, and that one is perfectly put into the back of the end zone. Such nice positioning and a good put into space. 13-4. He was all alone there as well, no defender near. Everyone just looking whether he connects with that pass or not. And he did. Monkeys on offense with a 2-person handler setup and a very open player in the middle of the field. They're going up the line with ease. Nothing really pressuring them. Another very open reset. It does seem like they intentionally leave people open, but that's not really working out. And Berthe with the score. 4 Monkeys making the score 13-5. So it does seem like XVI came out very strongly in the end of the first half in the other semifinal. They are up 9-6 over Heidi's, which is interesting and probably something not everyone would have thought.
Ouais, c'est long, enfin. Mais surtout que je vais faire ça toute la journée. Mais ça va faire.
Tchac are back on offense. We'll see if they can be a bit cleaner this time. Already knocking on the doorstep. Roble looks for a continuation in the end zone and gets it as well. And Tchac are within one of going to the final, 14-5. We see a Monkeys player greeting the camera. Got Lepagnol with the pull. Rolling out the side. See if there's going to be some kind of a zony setup or an attempt to push Monkeys to one specific region of the field. Doesn't seem to be that way. But a high stall and a nice redemption into the middle. And a layout grab under so much pressure for Betsy. Nice switch there. And the disc goes deep over everyone except, well, not except, including the intended receiver. Tchac slow to pick up. Taking their time and making sure they get all the points. Nice little Z cut going into Ruel. It's in the middle of the field now. At about midfield. And a falling break pass continued on to around the brick mark and into the end zone. Not sure if he was in yet or not, but he appears to have been in the end zone, and that's a score and the 15th point for Tchac, which means they go into the final. What a great performance from them, really not giving anything to Monkeys, not putting the foot off of the gas, running through, and that last shot even. What a nice score, a nice attempt on the defensive layup there, but not quite able to do anything against it. So thank you very much for tuning in. There's more live action right now in many of the other streams, but there will be the final in the men's division later today as well. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to talking to you soon again.
Mec, la piquette de ouf là. C'est chier. C'est défoncé là. Ça va vieux? Alors, ça fait défoncer du cul.
Non, c'est bon, merci. C'est bon. Je sais pas. Ah non. Ça fait. J'ai encore deux équipes en blanc, ça me suffit. Je l'ai vu. C'est hier, elle est tirée en rouge. Non, c'est là. Non. Vous n'avez pas coupé?